தமிழ் கோர்வை சேனல் சார்பாக அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பெயர் கண்ணதாசன். Today I am going to present my video on photosynthesis and outline. The in-depth discussion about photosynthesis will be coming in future. Before we enter into this video, if you like this video, press the like button, share this video to your friends, comment on it, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to receive more such videos in future. And here I gave the links for my Telegram group and WhatsApp group. You can pass the comments, and also some of the screenshots are given in the Telegram as well as in the WhatsApp. Photosynthesis significance first we are going to discuss. These are the three important significances. Number one, addition of biomass. The biosphere started maybe with a few bacteria, but today billions and billions of tons of biomass present. It is accumulated mainly because of photosynthesis only. Next one is crude oil. Crude oil supply nearly 90% of the world fuel. From where this crude oil coming from? It is from the soil. Okay, under the soil, all those plants and animals pressed under the soil millions of years ago converted into crude oil, and it is coming out. We are able to extract it now. The major portion of the oxygen in the atmosphere is from photosynthesis. The oxygen what we are inhaling and also all the animals and plants are utilizing, it is from the photosynthesis only. Photosynthesis means photo light synthesis to build, where it take place in autotrophic organisms. It take place like green plants, algae, chlorophyll containing bacteria also it take place. Photosynthesis, it is the production of carbohydrate. The simplest formula of carbohydrate is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen CH2O in the ratio of 1:2:1. In order to produce this CHO combination, the easiest source of raw materials are available in nature, that is the carbon dioxide from atmosphere and water from the soil. So during this process of reduction of carbon dioxide, oxygen is released as a byproduct, and this is the very simplest mind map you can understand from this the photosynthesis, right? You can see the carbon dioxide COO and water HHO. Okay, this H2 reduce the carbon dioxide so that it becomes CH2O on one side, and oxygen, okay, join together and form molecular oxygen and escape into the biosphere. For this, light is there is energy is required, that is supplied by the light, and the location where this reaction can take place is the chlorophyll. Okay, so in the equation we are just going to balance the equation, that's all, right? And also one more thing, one more small correction I want you to understand, that is water, that is oxygen is formed only from the water molecule. Two water molecules join together and produce one oxygen molecule. Okay, but for your understanding I put like this. Photosynthesis equation, here the balanced equation, 6CO2 plus 12H2O, the presence of light and chlorophyll give rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O and 6O2, it is escaping into the atmosphere. Where does photosynthesis occur? It occurs in green parts of the plants like leaves, stem, floral buds, etc. And this is the leaves. Okay, this is the there is cross section of the leaves, upper epidermis, lower epidermis. In between you can see the palisade mesophyll cells and spongy mesophyll cells. Palisade mesophyll cells consist of very large quantity of chloroplast. That is the exact location where the photosynthesis take place. The chloroplast consists of three important parts. Okay, one is granum, and another one is stroma. The entire interior of the chloroplast filled up with a matrix called as stroma, and granum is made up of thylakoids. And here you can see in the cross section the entire chloroplast within the membrane filled up with stroma, and these are like plates are arranged one over the other. It is together called as granum singular, grana plural, and each plate-like structure it is called as thylakoid, and it is made up of membrane again. Thylakoids are made up of membrane. Pigments involved in photosynthesis are called photosynthetic pigments. The pigments only converts the light energy into chemical energy. So it is comparable to the solar cells. The solar cell receive the sunlight, and within the solar cell the atoms where the electrons are start flowing, start running and generate the electric current, so electric energy is produced. In the same way pigments also receive the photons, and the pigment molecules electrons going to the excited state and it is expelled. So here also electron flow take place, and also the ATP and NADPH2 are produced. Here the solar cell join together and produce solar module and solar system finally. Here also you can see pigment system are produced. There are two groups of pigment system. One is PS1 and another one is PS2. Photosynthetic pigment. There are two types of pigment. One is primary pigment and another one is accessory pigment. Chlorophyll A is the primary pigment because it absorbs the solar energy and convert it into electrical and chemical energy. So it is called as reaction center. Chlorophyll A is called as the reaction center. And here you see the primary and accessory pigment. This is the primary pigment, chlorophyll A, and other pigments are like carotenoids and chlorophyll B. Okay, so even though they receive photons and electrons are going to the excited state, the energy is finally transferred to the reaction center. From the reaction center, it is going to the primary acceptor of the primary electron acceptor. So this is the chlorophyll A, and these are the primary pigment, and together it is called as photosystem 1. So there are two types of photosystem, I told you already, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Accessory pigment, chlorophyll B, carotenoids are together called as accessory pigments. They pass the absorbed energy to the chlorophyll A only, because the chlorophyll A is the reaction center, and along with the accessory pigment harvesting center together called as photosystem. And there are two types of photosystem, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Role of sunlight in photosynthesis. So there are two reactions in photosynthesis. One is light dependent light reaction which take place in the thylakoid of the grana, and light independent dark reaction take place in the stroma. So to run this light reaction, light is required. The light reaction take place in the thylakoid and dark reaction take place in the stroma of the chloroplast, right? And the light reaction first discovered by Robin Hill, right? And he told it take place in the thylakoid membrane of the grana, and this is the total light reaction. So this is the pigment photosystem 2, from which electrons are transferred. The energy rich electrons are coming down to the ground state, and it is releasing the energy that is producing the ATP molecule. And again from the PS700, that is PS1, it is going to the high energy state. From there it is coming down to the ground state, and NADP is converted into NADPH2 here. So electrons are available, and due to the photolysis of water, you see the protons are also available here to produce the NADPH2. So photolysis of water is can be defined as light dependent splitting of water molecule into protons, electrons and molecular oxygen. And light dependent photosynthesis ultimately produce ATP and NADPH2. This is the hydrogen source. Then these two are moving into the stroma to run the dark reaction. In the dark reaction, carbon dioxide is reduced with the help of hydrogen carried by NADPH2, and this is the endothermic reaction for which energy should be supplied, that is from the ATP molecule. Okay, and the dark reaction also called as Calvin cycle. Okay, it is carried out in the absence of light. Okay, here the that is carbon dioxide is reduced. You see, carbon dioxide acceptor molecule will accept the carbon dioxide, and NADPH2 will supply the hydrogen to reduce the carbon dioxide in the presence of ATP. So the glucose molecules are produced, and again the carbon dioxide acceptor molecules are regenerated with the help of one more ATP molecule. And factors affecting the photosynthesis: internal factors, pigments, leaf age, accumulation of carbohydrates, hormones. External factors: light, carbon dioxide, temperature, water and mineral elements. So these are the external factors. And this is the photograph of Melvin Calvin. He was awarded with the Nobel Prize in the year 1961, okay, for his discovery. And this is about the artificial photosynthesis is possible, for which CNR Rao conferred Bharat Ratna award. So this is the end of our outline of photosynthesis. Thank you, students.